Not many people are aware that Mark Twain is a pseudonym. The well-known author's real name is Samuel Langhorne Clemens. He is recognized as one of history's finest humorists. He was born in Missouri in 1835. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer and The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, the latter of which is regarded as his most significant masterpiece and a cornerstone of contemporary American literature, are without a doubt the books that have helped him become well-known. They are publications that are well-known throughout the world, this containing some of Mark Twain's wisest proverbs. Growing up, Mark Twain lived in the riverfront community of Hannibal. When Mark was 12 years old, his father passed away, and he decided to focus on other things instead of the school. He was a soldier, a prospector for silver, and even fly boats on the Mississippi River every day. Later on, he goes on to work as a reporter for the San Francisco Morning Call. He made the decision to use the pen name by which he is now widely known in 1863. And 2 years later, in 1865, he wrote and published his first humorous story with this name. In the following years, he published novels and collections of short stories that allowed him to achieve popularity. These works were always characterized by truly explosive comedy, even if it always had a moral undertone, and by a vocabulary that, for this same reason, was inspired by oral models, democratic reason, accessible to all. The first of 4 books by Mark Twain that are all connected to one another, and written as if they were a continuation of one another, is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, which is published in 1876. Although these pieces can be read separately, taken as a whole, they constitute a very significant masterwork. Mark Twain is inspired by people he has really known, also his family members, and by places that are most dear to him. The adventures of the protagonists are the adventures of Mark Twain, experiences that he himself has had the opportunity to do in first person or of his friends. Tom Sawyer and Huck Finn are the story's my characters. The two discreetly enter the city cemetery, where they discover the village doctor murdered. Joe the Indian pursues Tom, in an effort to get rid of the sole person who saw the crime being committed. Tom lives many adventures, new experiences every day, and so, adventure after adventure, Tom manages to save himself, and becomes a real hero for all the citizens of the country. Huckleberry, written by Mark Twain, was published in 1884. Huck Finn, the same Huck Finn from The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, serves as the narrative's main character. Huck is an orphan youngster who has a bit of a rebellious spirit and dislikes rules and authority. One day, he makes the decision to flee the civilization that is too near to him. This escape turns into a series of adventures. He makes their getaway on a raft with Jim, a black slave. The two go more than 1,800 kilometers on the Mississippi River. Huck eventually has the chance to see his partner, Tom, at the book's conclusion. Of course, it is an adventure book, but it is also a book of criticism. Mark Twain wants to remind Americans that it is incongruous to be devout Christian and be prepared to hang a black guy. In 1889, Mark Twain published this fantastic novel, undoubtedly one of the most famous and loved works of the American writer. It is one of the first novels in the history of literature to have time travel as its main theme. The protagonist Hank Morgan in fact finds himself in the Middle Ages, in the years of the legendary King Arthur. Coming from the 19th century, he known many things, and this is inexplicable for the people of the Middle Ages, so much inexplicable that everyone believes that he is actually a magician. A heart addict claimed Mark Twain's life in 1910. Age-wise, was 74. One of the greatest literary minds in history effectively vanished overnight as a result. He might have created other masterpieces, but Mark Twain's books and the quotations from them live on in the minds of readers even today. These are works that cannot be forgotten, and are indelible aspects of our literary history. It is undoubtedly no coincidence that he is a writer that all teachers need their students to read in class, and that he is honored with statues all around the world, unforgettable Mark Twain and equally memorable books.